Hey Dan, Commander Shepard.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for sitting down with me for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, of course.
A couple of quick, easy softball questions. What is the most satisfying part of this project or this community for you?
I mean, I'm the community producer, so I get to interact with the community indirectly, directly, on a near daily basis, and it's the moments that lead to things like CitizenCon, where you are able to interact directly with the community, whether they're bar citizens, things like CitizenCon, special moments or events, where you get to have that one-on-one connection. That's the most satisfying moments, because where you get to have that human element, that human connection. It's always great.
You're the third person I've interviewed today. The first thing they said was the community.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's the flip side.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing about it?
There are people who seem very eager to tear down a thing, and they are both like within and outside a community like ours, and they just don't care about the work. They just care about, they'd rather just tear it down for fun rather than see something be built. And so it's hard sometimes to talk to people like that.
Sure.
You can get through to them, but it can be sometimes challenging.
Okay, good answer. I'm building an editorial, like an interview piece. Not a fluff piece per se. I'm a huge fan, and I really believe in what CIG is doing. The title of the article is Star Citizen, 10 years of development, completely reasonable. Do you agree or disagree?
I think for what we've been trying to do, yeah. I think, for example, iCache, right, was supposed to be the big step.
Sure.
It takes a while to get iCache working, right? And then to determine that it actually is not the solution we're looking for.
Right.
When we're building something from scratch and we don't know, we don't have a map, we don't have a step-by-step guide to make Star Citizen, it's uncharted waters, yeah, there's going to be trial and error, there's going to be stuff that doesn't work, and I think we've learned from a lot of our past mistakes. Yeah. I see the CIG from when I started and the CIG now are almost completely separate. I think we're on a much clearer course than we ever have been.
Confidence inspiring to hear. Talk to me about your socials. Where can people find you? Other than at Star Citizen, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, if people want to follow me, I'm so sorry if they do. It's Howbrick. Just kind of last name phonetically spelled H-O-W Brick. Mm-hmm. I just do funny make-em-ups and silly gags and goofs. So that's what you get for following me.
And please forgive me, but what's your actual title?
So I'm the associate producer for marketing production, and I've been assigned to the community team. So I oversee all sort of community events, whether they be CitizenCon, whether they be the bar citizens, or they're in-game. So they're the holiday events and promotions.
Right.
So I produce things like Day of the Vara and Luminalia and Coramore and Red Festival. Things that are holiday specific and designed to engage players directly.
Okay. And I try to come up with one just off the cuff question here. Many people forget that the original Kickstarter for this project was all this fantastic fidelity and the scope of this that we just saw today. And this is all supposed to be released in VR at some point.
Yeah.
I am certain, I'm confident that is still on the table, but that's going to be a little while in the making, yeah?
Yeah, I mean,
we're still working on making it work on a flat TV, so.
Yeah, Sure. I would rather we focus on getting the game to where we want it to be than having to constantly go back and iterate third-party software. That's not a good use of resources or a good use of time.
100% makes sense.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say to the fans before we sign off?
Just happy to be here.
Mr. Howbrick, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Have a good night, sir.